Hey, it's Marek. It's almost 11 p.m. here in Poland. I'm back in Poland. Arrived from Australia at 7 a.m. today, so it's been a long, long day. Very active, lots of activities. I just came from a dinner where I gave a speech called The Case for Curiosity. Um, the Polish edition of my book, The Economy of Algorithms, has launched on Friday as well. So, pretty exciting time. That's one of the reasons I'm here in Poland. And tomorrow I'm giving a brand new talk, The Algorithm Advantage, at the Masters and Robots conference, which I'm very proud to be opening. So that's tomorrow morning. That's Tuesday, just after 9 a.m. Here in Poland. But hey, I need to launch this podcast. I'm really trying to be very, very consistent with those, so you can get those on your Tuesday mornings. So let's get to it. Last week's post was about my experience of flattery by Claude and what it means on the quality of my posts. But I really wanted to make sure that you get the idea of what it means for the future of work in general. So let's read it. The title of the post is Force the Critic. The subtitle, The Case for Making Your AI Disagreeable. In 1788, British settlers brought cats to Australia. Small marsupials had never seen predators that hunted like this. Small, furry, playful looking, and lethal. Australia has lost 29 endemic mammal species since the arrival of Europeans. They'd survived millions of years by recognizing threats. Dingoes took them 4,000 years to learn. Dogs, they also adapted to. But cats hunt so differently that many species still haven't adapted after more than 200 years. The problem wasn't the cats, though, it was recognition. Settler cats and AI. Gen AI is like introduced cats, cute, playful, fun, often extremely helpful, and we, the native animals, invited into our lives and work. I've been using Claude to review my newsletter drafts for months. Low stakes, right? The worst that can happen is a mediocre post. However, the mechanism is the same whether you're editing a newsletter or evaluating a $50 million investment. The routine was comfortable. I'd paste in my draft, and based on a pretty detailed prompt I wrote, Claude would say things like, "Ship it, this is excellent, your readers will love the opening scene." Oh, I felt great, that's for sure, but you know that feeling when people always tell you you're great? If it's always the same message, there's a pretty good chance this is not a genuine one. Then one day, I tried something different. I opened a new chat and typed, "Be my biggest critic. Tell me why this post sucks and why I shouldn't ship it." Plus, I gave the bot all the other info the friendly one had, including the lengthy, sophisticated quality check prompt. The response hurt. It pointed out genuine weaknesses I'd been blind to. It was also the most helpful feedback I'd gotten in weeks. But here's what bothered me afterwards. Why did I have to ask for criticism explicitly? Why was ship it the default? Why was my helper prioritizing my feeling nice over the quality of the post? And more importantly, how long had I been getting flattery disguised as feedback without noticing? This isn't just about newsletter drafts. In a July 2025 Harvard Business Review study, researchers at IMD Business School gave nearly 300 executives a task: predict NVIDIA's stock price 1 month out. Half could consult ChatGPT, half discussed with peers. The ChatGPT group became significantly more optimistic and confident, but produced worse forecasts. The AI's authoritative voice and detailed responses created what researchers called a strong sense of assurance. but without the skepticism and social regulation that helped the peer group stay grounded. They felt smarter. They were actually wrong. What if this flattery is killing something more fundamental? Your ability to recognize bad ideas. When trying to answer this question, I came across an interesting piece of research: the flattery-induced extremism. Researchers at NYU ran an experiment with 3,285 people across 4 political topics. They had people interact with AI chatbots that were either agreeable, validating their views, disagreeable, challenging their beliefs, or neutral. After just 4 messages, yes, 4 messages, people who interacted with agreeable AI became measurably more extreme in their views. Their certainty increased. Their sense of being better than average grew stronger. They felt smarter, more empathetic, more correct. The disagreeable AI had the opposite effect. It made people less extreme, less certain, and more open to alternative viewpoints. Now, who would you prefer to be? Certain but wrong? Or uncertain but right? The second option is better, I think. I'm not sure. When asked which AI they preferred, people chose the agreeable bot 9% more often. Participants also thought the agreeable AI was unbiased. Yes, they spotted bias instantly in the AI that disagreed with them, but the AI that validated them, totally objective, obviously. Gen AI systems are agreeable because of RLHF, which stands for Reinforcement Learning with Human Feedback. Human judges tell chatbots which answer they prefer. We prefer helpful, agreeable chatbots, so that's what gets reinforced. We optimized AI to flatter us. I am worried about the 9%. If you're selling AI, you face a simple choice: build AI that challenges users and they'll feel uncomfortable and use it less. Or build AI that validates users and they'll feel great and use it more. More usage means more subscriptions, more revenue, more growth. OpenAI rolled back ChatGPT 4.0 in April 2025 after users complained it had become too sycophantic. The company made public statements about implementing new safeguards. But consider this: did they actually make it less sycophantic, or did they make it less obviously sycophantic? Beyond politics, can we generalize from political stance to other areas of work and life? Scientifically, more research needed. But in a newsletter or a podcast, let's give it a go. AI agrees with you, so you feel validated. The research shows that you become slightly more extreme after just 4 messages. Because you feel more confident in your views, you prefer agreeable AI even more next time. You select for more agreement. You become more extreme. Repeat. It's what I'm calling the butterfly effect. Butterfly effect. Tiny interactions that compound into massive directional change. Each conversation nudges you a little further from reality. And because you feel more confident at each step, you don't notice the drift. The Australian mammals had the same problem. They couldn't recognize cats as dangerous because cats didn't trigger their predator recognition instincts. By the time enough of them had been eaten for the pattern to become clear, populations were already collapsing. We're in the same moment right now with AI flattery. We can see the pattern in the research, but most people still can't feel it when it's happening to them. Now, imagine this across an organization. Every team uses AI co-pilots that validate their plans. Every decision maker is getting affirmed rather than challenged. Every strategy session where the AI highlights supporting evidence and there is contradiction. You don't need malicious AI, you just need helpful AI doing what it is optimized to do. Make users feel helped. Multiply that across thousands of decisions and you get organizational drift. Confident, validated, and increasingly detached from reality. There's a way though, but by definition, it's unpleasant. The hard mode. I still use Claude to review my drafts, but I've changed my approach. In addition to my regular prompts, I add these three, and ouch, they hurt. 1. The harsh critic. You are my harshest critic. What are the three biggest weaknesses in this post? Don't soften it. 2. The devil's advocate. Argue forcefully for why this idea is completely wrong. Use evidence. 3. The competitor's lens. What would my most critical reader say about this? What would make them stop reading and unsubscribe? Now, even knowing all this, I still prefer the agreeable bot. So using these prompts is not a choice for me, it's the rule. Do I always follow the advice? Not at all, but it's good to have these additional perspectives. So force your AI into hard mode. Don't ask it to validate you, ask it to challenge you. For organizations, train people to explicitly use disagreeable prompting on major decisions. Make it structural, not optional. Ship it feels good. This needs work, makes you better. The Australian mammals that learned to recognize cats survived. The ones that couldn't, didn't. We're at the same recognition moment right now with AI. The research is revealing a pattern which we still have time to adapt to. So that's last week's post. I hope you liked it. And look, I caught myself doing exactly what I was describing in this post, which is really tricky. It felt great when the bot was telling me, hey, this is great, ship it. But it was the harsh critic that I forced that helped me improve the posts. And remember, even after 4 messages, yes, 4 messages, we become more confident in our views, even if these are wrong views. So maybe we shouldn't be optimizing AI to flatter us. So the challenge for this week for you is to use hard mode on whatever you're working on with your Gen AI. Ask it to be your harshest critic. Ask it to give you a different perspective. Ask it to argue forcefully against your ideas. It will not feel good, but that's the point. Stay curious.